Well, is MMR just a number? That's a question that's been popping its ugly head yet again on my feed. Now I'm a man who minds his own business, just wants good. I don't even need it to be positive. I just need good Dota content. And that question came up again, and I need to address it because I haven't seen one good take on it. Hell brothers, welcome to the video. It's your boy Amphibious, but let's be real, I'm more of an Ankh, so it's your Ankh Amphibious. Alright, I'm going to address this question as fairly as I can, as even-handedly as I can. Alright, is MMR just a number? MMR is just a number. So let me begin with what it's like at the low MMR end of things, which is where I am. I'm a low MMR player. I've got something like between 2,000 and 2,200 or 300. I don't really keep track because it's a few hundred MMR is not all that relevant, right? It's also due to luck and whatever. So every few thousand MMR, I kind of have noticed a difference. So that puts me in the ATTAQ bracket. Excuse me. So let me just tell you what it's like at the ATTAQ bracket, which first of all isn't even all that low. It's a lot better than Guardian and Herald. Herald is Chaos. So Herald is a different game. Herald isn't really Dota. It's like a version of Dota if you taught not very intelligent chimpanzees how to press buttons, and then you just taught them how to press buttons and not break the computer, and then you let them play, and then that's the Herald bracket. Okay, and I love it, and listen, all due respect to Herald players, all right? No, actually, jokes aside, I think it's absolutely fine, dude. The Herald bracket, like I think the Herald bracket is legitimately where people go and play for fun. They play to have fun. They don't want to think and do homework and read tooltips. And I respect that. Like, you have to do a lot of fucking reading of tooltips and fine print and whatever to be good at Dota, to grasp mechanics and stuff, like deep mechanics and kind of shadowy hidden mechanics. So, I like to poke fun of them, but they're my friends. They are our friends, are they not the Heralds? I was just a Herald not so long ago when I came back to Dota. But at the ATTAQ bracket, people are actually trying to get better, which is all I'm asking, which is all I want. I don't even care if you're bad. If you're trying to do the right things and then you fail, that's fine. That's what I'm trying to do. I fail all the time. But at the ATTAQ bracket, this is just what it's like, and this is on average. I'm not talking about like the extreme situations where I have an Ursa going on offlane. So I've got an offlane Ursa who essentially plays as pause one. Like he just went there to farm. Of course, it's the offlane, so he got dominated. He didn't farm, so he went the whole. I'm not talking about that situation. He stayed hidden in the forest for 40 minutes. So him and the pause one lifestealer both were hidden on the map for 40 minutes, trying to divide the farm that was in our jungle, and they get ganked. And so you can imagine. But that's an extreme situation. The most common offlaners at these brackets that I've seen are Wraith King, CK, Chaos Knight, so basically semi-carries. Nobody really wants to play the offlane role, and they don't really understand. I don't think they really understand what the offlane role is and what it's meant to do. The offlane role is most typically, right, there's several archetypes, but I'm just going to address the classic. It's you're a big beefy frontliner, but your key thing is initiator. So you're looking at Axe, Centaur, Tidehunter, Doom Bringer, the Underlord. So anything that can initiate a fight and is tanky and can like, that's kind of that's if you queue for offlane, that's what you should be queuing for. You shouldn't be queuing for being an offlane carry, which is very, very niche, and in some situations it can work. So from the start, you don't really have an offlaner more than half of the time. You have a kind of a semi-carry Wraith King offlane, which, whatever. So that's just a start. The other thing is most people just want to farm, including the supports. Now, some supports around the ATTAQ bracket, I've noticed, they understand that they're supposed to place wards. They don't really grasp how important vision is and how crucial, and that wards are the most important items in Dota by far. They don't get that, but they understand I'm a support, so I'm supposed to play wards. But their instinct is still, I want to get farm and like get a high net worth and do damage. Now that's a good mindset to have, even as a pause 5, but as long as you serve your main role as a support, right? So if your main driver as a support is like, well, I still want to kind of be a carry, then that's just, you're not going to be a good support. I've played so many games in which we don't have vision, and I have to get the wards and place them, and the supports just don't really grasp this. Most games I kind of get the vision wards, which are cheap. It's not a question of money, it's a question of wasting the time of going to the locations on the map where you need to aggressive or defensive wards and placing them as a core. Your core shouldn't really be doing that, because that's the support's role. I'm rambling too much on the support now. So outside of that, you get picks which are just bad picks. Look, I'm all for people experimenting, and look, it's Dota and it's more fun when you experiment, but the thing is, if you get a lot of people playing heroes that just the hero is kind of cool, like PA, in situations where it doesn't work and you just get destroyed, and or you have an anti-mage and you just know it's going to get deleted, and it's never going to get farmed, it's never going to get to like a 15-minute game, which is what he wants. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm doing a good job describing what it's like, but my point is that you'll have a lot of games, a lot of matches that aren't really Dota. I mean, they're at least trying to be Dota, but it's not really Dota. Okay, like they're either stomps one way or another. I hate stomps. I hate stomping games. I've had games where I've stomped and I don't like it. I want to end it as fast as possible. So that's just the Archon bracket. Now I'm an Archon player. That's my current level. That's my current skill level. So bear that in mind. Okay. Now just looking at where my good friend DotaVlog is, which is a retarded handle. I wish you would change it, because I can't even say it. How do you say it? DotaVlog? Is he a fox that is active in the day? It's a stupid nickname. I don't even think it was. I have to stop talking about his nickname because it bothers me and it gets me upset, because I don't even think it was his nickname. At least if you invent your stupid nickname like Corn Earth Man. Well, the guy he hit his head when he was a child, so now his nickname is Corn Cob Man, Corn Earth Man. Okay, that's fine, I understand that, but he didn't even come up with DotaVlog. I think he just had an account from back in the old G Arena days. That's a separate topic. So he's a good player. He's a legend player, and he's more than 1k MMR above me, and he plays legend. And sometimes I watch legend games, and from my perspective, that's a lot more closer to Dota. That's you get real offlaners on both teams. Both teams have supports who understand like the vision game a lot, and they get smokes on cooldown. I'm the one that buys smokes most of the time in my games. They understand objectives and taking over territory, like the map, and boxing a carry in and taking away their farm and stuff like that. Like, it's not perfect, of course. It's only legend, but for me, I'm looking at that MMR bracket and I'm thinking, oh wow, man, those games are a lot. I want to emphasize this. Those games are a lot higher quality than my games. All right. Now, again, from my perspective, looking at the Immortal bracket, let me just take a breath here. And I probably need some water as well. But before I get sidetracked, the Immortal bracket, which is what, 6k plus MMR? To me, those games are like a pleasure to watch. And there are problems at the Immortal level and with MMR in general, with matchmaking in general, not just in Dota. I'll address those in a bit, but just so you understand, so the vast majority of 6k plus players, I look at them and how they play, and a lot of them even ancient. Like I watch some streamers or some YouTubers who also stream their gameplay, or I can watch their gameplay, and they're like divine players. Some of them are ancients, and I'm like kind of in awe when they're on a main hero, on one of their main heroes that they've mastered, and they put in a lot of repetitions in, and like they just spam the hero. And I'm in awe. I'm like, wow, man. So, and I think Archon and Legend are kind of average skill. So I'm a bit on the lower end in terms of skill, like skill distribution, rank distribution. But I'm I've got a few good 1,000 hours of Dota, so I'm, you know, I think the only reason I'm kind of up below Legend right now is because I was away from the game for a long time. I'll probably hit Legend pretty quick, but I watch those guys play, and it's like a pleasure. And I imagine, oh man, I wish I could play Dota like. I wish I could be in a bracket that plays like that. They're great, and of course, ridiculous things happen there as well. Don't get me wrong, of course, like they happen at every bracket, but it's a lot less frequent. It's a lot less often than what you can see at the Archon bracket. And Archon, it's not that easy to get Archon. If you're a new player, if you're not, again, I was Legend before, and you know, the way my approach to the game is very try hard now. So I practice, you know, I don't have a lot of time, but I practice last hits. I practice one hero for a long time or a long period of time. So I master that hero before I, you know, so to get Archon, you have to really try. So my point is, not even looking at the high end of MMR, just looking at what I've talked about, just even the legend bracket is it's pretty great. So every time I hear somebody say MMR is just a number, and it's like a 9K MMR player, 8.5, because obviously MMR got reset or whatever you call it, and then the really high MMR players they're all below 9K. So I think 9K is the highest maybe you can be right now or something. So they're saying MMR is just a number. I mean, brother, you don't know what it's like down here in the trenches. That's why you're saying that. To you, because you play with like ex-pros or like top 100 guys, top 500 guys. So to you, MMR is just a number. Oh, really? A top 500 guy is going to have a really good day. He's in a flow state, and he's going to like win mid against a pro or ex-pro mid player, or not a pro, but like an ex-pro. And so you're gonna go, oh, MMR, see, the guy is like lower ranked, and so he still did well. That's just at your level. You're in a bubble, okay? MMR is just a number, is a bubble. And if you're outside of the bubble, it's real fucking important that you have high MMR, strictly from the perspective of quality of games. Now, I don't like the reductionist, or what do you call it, deconstructionist approach, like philosophical. Oh, MMR is just a number. What does it really matter, man? It's just clicking buttons, man. It's just zeros and one. Well, it's a stupid way to look at things, because it's like, okay, what does money matter? It's just numbers, man. Give me your money, man, because it doesn't matter. It's just numbers. The MMR ranking, your rank, for the most part, represents your skill set and experience in the game. So it's an imperfect system, but it would be a nightmare without it. It would be unplayable. It would just be like Herald. Like you have like you stomp the enemy team because they're noobs, or you get stumped by Dandy or whoever. So that's the problem with this deconstructionist, overly philosophical approach of, oh, MMR is just a number, man. Hey, man. It's like, no, brother, it's important, okay? Because yes, there's ego elements attached to it, and people have like a identity thing. Oh, I'm a high MMR player, and it's like a whatever. You should be proud, because it's a difficult thing, but like it doesn't really matter. I don't care about the number itself. I don't give a fuck about how people perceive me, that I'm a good player or a bad player. I just want to play good Dota. That's all I care about. And without MMR, without the matchmaking system, Dota would be a lot worse. Any competitive game, like fucking, would you play ping pong if there was no ranking, or chess? Just imagine if you're a person who's serious about chess and wants to play good chess, and there's no tournaments and there's no ranking. And then what do? You're just going to hit a point that you just destroy any opposition, because the vast majority of players wouldn't be serious or whatever, and then it's like boring. It's very rare that you get a match that even challenges you, and then on occasion you get absolutely destroyed and you don't even understand how. You need a system that groups people together based on skill as much as humanly possible, and it's a very difficult equation to solve. But that's the problem that I have with this kind of approach, this kind of fucking hippie. I mean, I'm sharing too much, I'm gonna get demonetized on YouTube. But the thing is, jokes on YouTube, because I'm not monetized. What was I going to also discuss the problems with MMR. So the biggest problems are because it matters so much, and I think to the vast majority of players, it matters not in the sense that it matters to me like I just want to play good Dota. It matters like because it's a badge of honor, and it's like it's important to them, to their ego, to their whatever. I'm not a psychologist, right? I don't care, but it's like about the terms and stuff. But it's important to their thing that people know, or you can see that they're high MMR in school, or they have like a little badge, which those things are cool, but they're kind of meaningless, because the ultimate goal is that for you to get better at Dota so that you can play Dota. It's a closed loop. You're doing it for its own sake. Any other approach to me makes no sense. I mean, even trying to make money, if you're somehow some skilled, talented Dota player and you don't really care about it, you just want to make money, it's still kind of odd to me, because the beauty of Dota is in the poetry of the contest and the competition, right? It's in the clash between two parties which are really close, and then you overcome your opponent, but your opponent is not, he's very close to your level, right? That's the whole point of it. But because I think most players don't see it that way, and they see it in this way of like a status thing, then you have a lot of things like account buyers and sellers, which destroys and ruins games, of course. Like if I were to buy an Immortal account and get an Immortal game now, I would be griefing. Essentially, I would be griefing the lobby. It spawns things like win trading, which is one of the most despicable things. But people are going to do it. It's just how it is with these environments. It's very difficult to find a solution to this. But people do win trade at higher levels, it obviously sucks. I think that's all I got for this video. It really bothered me. I saw this come up in my feed a couple of times, and I was like, get out of my face, dude, with this nonsense. And I kind of get it, but it's a bubble vision. Like it's a perspective that you have from your bubble. Anyway, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Amphibious out.